Welcome back. So hopefully you like the photos because I got another batch of photos that I got off of eBay. A lot of these I'd been watching for some time, and I finally just decided to pull the trigger, especially since everything else is going through the roof. But photos are pretty much staying consistent, and sometimes you get some really good deals on some amazing images. So from one seller, I got a bunch of images, I think 9 total photos, and just so you kind of know what the price point is, for the Greenberg stuff, you're looking at, if you get lucky, $15 a piece to $20 a piece. For some really good type 1 images, and you can really start jacking the price up, and iconic photos even higher, and it's tiered just like cards are. So, but I generally try and stay within the less expensive ones, just because it's fun, and I have a couple binders. But I also did get one card, which I won for a really good price at auction, and this is the 2006 SP Legendary Cuts Greenberg bat card. It's all shiny. So I did not have this one for the collection, but now I do. So now, again, let's go through. We have one card, we got 9 photos. Let's start getting through them. Starting off, obviously this is not Hank Greenberg. This is his wife, new wife, in April of 1946, watching Greenberg play from the stands. This is that same year, and I'll take some of these out. So since that one you could see the info, this one you cannot. This is from May, so pretty much right after this photo. So you have April 17th, then you have May when they're going out on the town. His wife at the time was a woman of means out of New York City, so they spent some time out and about doing things. Here's interesting. I really wanted to get this photo in particular because I have the newspaper clipping signed by Greenberg, which was actually, I believe that one was sent to me by Mets Rule. So I saw this one, I figured I'd give it a shot. This is after the 1947 season. In 47 he played with Pittsburgh, and then he was living in New York in the off season. So this is before he decided to hang it up after the 47. So that is, again, him and his wife, Carol Gimbel. And here you have another, I guess you could say more personal photo. And this is, whoops. So this is a little bit later, obviously after his playing days. 1952, 11/26/52. This is them getting back from Europe and having to go to Cleveland because at the time Greenberg was general manager of the Cleveland Indians. And this one, since I remember the details for it, it's taken in 1981, San Francisco Chronicle. This is obviously Greenberg as an older man, looking at a picture of his younger self. So I just thought it was quite interesting seeing him staring at himself. So I looked at this photo actually for quite some time before I decided to finally pick it up. And then here, this is not who would become his wife. Oops. This is from January 1938. And supposedly this is Miss Marta Barnett. When Hank was on vacation in the off-season in Miami. And this is a fun one. This is Greenberg picking up his new Buick during the 1946 baseball season. He was obviously still in Detroit at that time. But it's almost like a promotional shot. Really interesting. Kind of really captures the time period. Full-size picture of the car with Greenberg as a baseball player toward the end of his days. And then the architecture in the background. There's a lot of different elements to this particular photo. And this is a more Greenberg contemplating his next move. And this one, unfortunately, the paper, which is newsprint essentially. So this photo is Greenberg in New York City. And this is January 20th, 1947. This is when rumors were swirling that Detroit had sold him to Pittsburgh. So even before the trade was done, or the sale was done, this is Greenberg deciding whether he wants to continue playing baseball. So again, just one of those really interesting, not on-field photos, but still during his career, kind of filling in some of the aspects that you wouldn't see on the diamond. And the last photo we have with Sergeant Greenberg. I'll turn this around. So this is when, in 1942, I believe, he was scheduled to leave the service, 41 or 42. And the whole, you can read the info here. It's basically saying that Briggs, the owner of the Tigers, would probably reinstate his salary of $35,000 a year. Greenberg never did return, at least not at this time, returned much later, extended his service in the war. So this is 1941. It was after Pearl Harbor. Greenberg extended his service. But interesting photo. This is when he was a sergeant. Later he became a captain. At this point he was, I believe, anti-tank gunner. I believe later on he was more on the PR side, if I remember correctly. But nice photo in uniform. And this is another one I had been looking at for quite some time. Really these two. Because they're really moments in time in Greenberg's career. There's a lot for him to think about. And a lot of uncertainty as to what the next step would be. So hopefully you enjoyed some more photos. Again, I really enjoy the photos of specific players, PC players, especially Hank Greenberg. It's such a fascinating life and story to tell. And when you can do it through images, all the better. So that's what I got for you this time around. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS, the local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.